Wife Cheats with Jim Hottie. The story of Sarah, James, and Alex ***. The unexpected path. ***, Sarah and James had been married for 12 years. They met in college and quickly fell into a rhythm of comfort, shared dreams, and mutual support. They had 2 children, a nice house in the suburbs, and careers that they were both proud of. On the surface, their life seemed perfect. But as with many relationships, the facade began to show cracks. Over the years, the daily grind of life had taken its toll. Sarah felt unappreciated and disconnected from James, who was often preoccupied with his work as a software engineer. Their conversations had dwindled to the mundane: school schedules, bills, and groceries. James, a devoted father, loved his family, but was increasingly absent, caught up in the never-ending demands of his job. It was during one of these long stretches of loneliness that Sarah met Alex. They met at a local gym, where Sarah had started taking yoga classes to reclaim a piece of herself that felt lost. Alex was a fitness instructor, charming, attentive, and with a knack for making everyone feel seen. It started innocuously enough: brief conversations after class, sharing stories about fitness goals and the challenges of balancing work and personal life. Alex was a good listener, and he often complimented Sarah, noticing small details that James seemed to overlook. He would ask about her day, her interests, and her frustrations. For Sarah, these interactions were a breath of fresh air, a stark contrast to the monotony she felt at home. They exchanged phone numbers under the guise of discussing workout routines. Soon, they were texting daily. At first about health and fitness, Sarah found herself confiding in Alex in ways she hadn't with James in years. She felt seen, appreciated, and desired. One evening, after a particularly rough day at work, Sarah agreed to meet Alex for coffee. They sat at a cozy corner cafe, talking for hours about their lives, dreams, and the invisible burdens they carried. As they walked back to their cars, the conversation paused, and in the quiet of the night, Alex kissed her. It unleashed a torrent of emotions Sarah had suppressed for so long. That kiss marked the beginning of an affair that was both exhilarating and fraught with guilt. Sarah and Alex would meet in secret: lunches that turned into long afternoons, stolen moments at the gym, and occasionally weekends when James was away on business trips. Each encounter was a mix of passion and the underlying dread of discovery. Sarah knew what she was doing was wrong, but she felt alive in a way she hadn't in years. James noticed the changes. Sarah was more distracted, often lost in thought, and sometimes overly defensive. He dismissed it as stress from her job as a marketing manager one evening. After the kids had gone to bed, James tried to reach out. He suggested a weekend getaway, just the 2 of them. Sarah, caught off guard, hesitated before agreeing. During that getaway, away from their routines and distractions, the couple tried to reconnect. But the guilt weighed heavily on Sarah. She realized that while she loved James, she was trapped in a web of her own making. The breaking point came when James, while tidying up the house, stumbled upon a note from Alex in Sarah's bag. It was a simple note, but enough to raise questions. James confronted Sarah that night, and after initial denials, she broke down and confessed. The pain in James's eyes was palpable, a mix of hurt, betrayal, and disbelief. The months that followed were challenging. They went through couples therapy, trying to untangle the mess of emotions and decide whether their marriage was salvageable. It was not a straight path. Some days were filled with anger and accusations, while others offered glimpses of hope. The road to rebuilding trust was long, and there were no guarantees. She turned her focus to her marriage, her children, and to understanding the reasons behind her actions. James, too, had to confront his own role in the distance that had grown between them.